Hello, everybody. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. It seems that I was on TikTok and they throw you off every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds. You say something that they don't like, it's just knocked out. Like they did to me about the last 7 times. I'm a man, I like my point of view. I say things that I feel very strongly about. I'm very strong about politics, and I'm very strong about the law. I think that the law and politics are probably two of the most corrupt things that we have. It's totally corrupt. There's nothing that anybody can do about it. Let me retract that. We can do something about it. It's just that it appears that no one wants to do anything about it, that they're very content with the status quo. And I'm not. I'm not. Justice is blind. It's not supposed to have an ideology or a preference. It's blind. What the law says, it says, regardless of who is being charged with it, whatever crime that they have committed. Murder is murder. There's no other way around it. You can't go from murder to manslaughter, but that's what they do. And why do they do it? Well, it's very simple. The prosecutor wants a conviction, and he doesn't care how he gets it, because the conviction to him is just another notch in the belt. All right? And usually these prosecutors have ambitions of running for public office somewhere down the line. And that's what they'll do. All right. There is no justice in a courtroom. Let's get that straight. Okay? When you go into a courtroom, both lawyers, the defense and the prosecutor, see it as winning or losing. That's it. That's it. The judge is only there, which a lot of people really don't understand why a judge is in the courtroom. He's there for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to make sure that the defendant gets a fair trial. The defendant. He can care less about the victim. He can care less about what took place. Right? His main his main objective is not to get overturned in the court of appeal. All right. So he's there to make sure that the defendant gets a fair trial. Point blank. I don't know what's going on. And that's what happens in our justice system. And 99% of lawsuits that people, that you see our lawyers throw in, they should be thrown out. They should be thrown out. But who do we blame? You have to blame the judge. The judges for turning around saying, "What the hell is this? Get it out of my courtroom. I can't be bothered with this nonsense." You know, why? Very simple. Because the judge himself is a lawyer, and he has to hang his license somewhere. I don't know if they. Years ago, I thought that judges had to hang their license in a law firm. Now I don't know where they hang them today, but I think I don't. I think the rule is the same. They got to hang it up at the law firm, right? They got to be affiliated with some law firm. So that's why they accept it, right? That's easy. Uh, but I, but there's something else I'd like to discuss with you, and that is what they call the statute of limitation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the biggest scam law on the face of this earth. The statute of limitation only protects the defendant. That's it. They will tell you you got 2 years for the statute of limitation. Once that 2 years is up, no more. Now, what does that? Now, people will discover things in 3 years, 4 years. And here's what the court will say, or here's what the law says. Can't. Statute of limitation. Your witness may be all wrong, maybe senile. Maybe you don't have all the witnesses. Maybe you don't have all the paperwork. Well, that could happen in the first 2 years. It doesn't have to happen in anything after 3 years. Okay? So therefore, we'll go along with the defendant. But there are exceptions. Let's take the tobacco industry. Now, I used to smoke. I only gave it up a couple of years ago. Thank God. Had I known how easy it was, I would have done that years ago. Okay, but let's talk about smoking. In 1965, the attorney, the general surgeon said that smoking was bad for your health. Okay, in 66 or 67, a law was passed where they had to put that warning on a side panel of a pack of cigarettes. So everybody knew then that smoking was bad for you. Then somewhere along the line, I don't know the exact date or year, cigarettes were banned from advertising. They were banned from TV. Couldn't advertise them on television. Couldn't advertise them in the newspapers or anything of that nature. Couldn't do it anymore. So, relatively by the 70s, everybody knew tobacco was bad, right? But what happened? Even Congress put bills against it, against smoking. There's a whole bunch that went on about smoking. So everybody knew that smoking was bad. I myself knew it was bad. Let me tell you how bad I knew, how much I knew how it was bad. Whenever I would go for my physical once a year, and they told me that I had to get a chest X-ray, I would panic. I would literally panic. I would go, but I knew what the consequences may be. Okay? Thank God, never occurred. Not unwood. It never occurred. Now, what happened was that the tobacco companies were forced to, I think, put $1 billion each in to this kitty. Well, that's all your lawyers had to say. Every firm, every lawyer in the world went for that money. My question is, what happened to the statute of limitation? Don't you think that's a reasonable question? What happened to it? People knew in the 60s and all the way up that cigarettes were bad. The government told you. Everybody, your doctor tells you. Everybody tells you. What happened? What happened to that? You know what happened? Greed. Greed. Remember something. Every attorney out there, I don't care if he's with a big law firm or if he's working out of his car, he's nothing more than an ambulance chaser. That's all he is. He's nothing more than an ambulance chaser. He can wear his bow tie, put his layering in. He's an ambulance chaser. That's all he is. But I got one better. Asbestos. Asbestos, I think it was the 70s, if I'm not mistaken, were banned in this country. Totally banned. Couldn't get asbestos in this country. The only way you were going to get asbestos in this country was through China. And China was sending down asbestos. Once again, there was a big rainbow Pot of gold. Pot of gold. As a matter of fact, you can see it on, if you go on Facebook, you'll see their advertisement on television. If you suffer from melanoma, please give us a call. Okay. Okay. And they're still going in. Anybody can sue. Anybody. You can be dead. Are you listening to me? You can be dead. And someone can represent you. But you don't go before a court of law. You go before a panel. And they will determine how much money you receive. Okay? So everything is about money. Wherever the lawyers can make money, then you will see the statute of limitation just melt away. Doesn't matter anymore. Just doesn't matter anymore. And which is a horrible thing, considering that people such as myself or you or anybody else, if we're going for a lawsuit that we feel that we're entitled to, but we discover something after maybe 2 years, that's tough. That's really, really tough on you. You know why? No money in it for the attorney. There's no what money's in this for the attorney? Nothing. There is nothing. Anything the law does is for the attorneys, not for you. Not for you. All right? So if you think that, then you're very foolish. And if an attorney does take that case, he wants a couple of thousand, maybe $10,000. All right? That's what they want. They want a guarantee. Because he knows that if you sue, you're not going to get 10,000. Okay, you get less than that. So, don't put your faith in lawsuits, and don't put your faith in lawyers. The lawyers are the biggest scams in the world. They'll tell you anything you want to hear. All right? I know somebody that had, what do they call that? Where their toes overlapped. I forgot what they call that. This individual went for surgery. The doctor screwed it up so bad that this individual can't even walk. She's called up attorneys, and they declined her. Now, can't help. You know why? You want to know why? Not enough money. Malpractice attorneys, it's not enough money. What are we going to get? 20,000, 30,000, 50,000? It's not worth my time. It just isn't worth my time. Okay. Now she went to an orthopedic, and the orthopedic told her, "You're going to need more surgery on that." And who's going to pay for that surgery? Because they don't want to do it. All right. There's not a malpractice attorney out there who doesn't think of big bucks. Like you say, we collected $3 billion. Really? We sued and won for $3 billion, now total of $3 billion. And that's what they're proud of. So a foot means nothing. It's chump change to them. So don't listen to these attorneys. Just don't. They're nothing but garbage. I don't know of any attorney out there that has a backbone. That has a backbone. If you take a look at what's going on with Donald Trump, with this hush money trial over here in New York, it's a joke. It is a joke. Okay? You think the court would have said, whoa, 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 whoa. You got nothing here. This guy's got nothing here. Get it out of here. Oh, no. He's a left-wing crackpot. He's a left-wing crackpot. They are such left-wing crackpots in New York that they had Michael Cohen as their star witness. Can you believe that? Michael Cohen as their star witness, who's been proven to be a pathological liar. He's lied about everything. So they get him on the stand over here in New York about a week ago, and he sits on the and admits twice that he's lied. Where's your star witness? It's gone. It's went out of the door. You think the judge say, okay, enough. I've heard enough. This case is gone. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. No. I'll tell you what happened, though. They put up a gentleman by the name of Costello, who happened to be, I think, one of, at the time, one of Trump's attorneys. And Mr. Costello knows the law inside, outside, around side, downside. So when they were questioning him, and let's say the Trump lawyer would get up and say, I object. And he would tell the judge would tell the attorney, it's overruled, sit down. And that's what he was doing. So what ended up developing is that Costello, who was in the witness stand, kept on laughing, kept on making up, yeah, 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 yeah. The judge went ballistic. The judge went insane. Literally insane. He threw out, he told all the jurors to get out of the court. He told all of the people that were sitting in the gallery to get out, with the exception of Alan Dershowitz. Now, this isn't me saying it. This is Alan Dershowitz. Then he turned around and said to Costello, you look at me again, and I will throw all your testimony out. Alan Dershowitz couldn't believe what this guy was doing. Couldn't believe it. He said, the man is a maniac. He has such a thin skin that he's a maniac. And he doesn't even belong in court, no less a judge. And this is what Donald Trump has to face. All these left-wing crackpots. And that's why it wasn't thrown out of court. It should have been thrown out of court before it even got into court. Because they never proved any hush money. If you want to prove hush money, go see, what do you call Bill Clinton. He gave Paula Jones $850,000, plus all the other women that he raped and, they accused him. Yeah. Yeah. But Trump, they're going to go after. Even Stormy Daniels wrote a letter saying, I don't even know Trump. This was pushed on me. Okay? They can't even prove that Trump even gave her money. Nobody can. But it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because the left wants to make sure that Donald Trump will never run for president. I will never be elected. I'm here to tell you something. Donald Trump will receive over 100 million votes. They didn't stop him. By all these idiots doing what they're doing, they just made more people solid behind them. That's all they did. That's what they proved. They didn't do anything because they're too stupid. And they are stupid. They don't care. They just don't care. All right? We have to do something in this country. We have to stop all this political ideology. We don't have any more court. We have a persecution room. Where if nobody likes you, that's where they go persecute you. Doesn't matter. I don't like you. I'm going to take you to court and I'm going to persecute you. I'm going to do everything humanly possible to destroy you. Everything. And that's what they did. Or that's what they're attempting to do. They just can't do it. And I want you to think about this here for a minute. Look at all cases against Trump. Not one person has been able to prove anything. That means he's got to be the cleanest individual on the face of this earth. Not one, not one. Yet the people that are prosecuting him or persecuting him, they're the ones that are in trouble now. Like that lunatic woman down in Georgia, she's in trouble. Like this guy Briggs in New York, he's in trouble now. Okay, they don't think, they react. They just don't think. Okay, and that's a shame, really a shame. Before they do something, they're too stupid to even think. To even think about. Hold up 1 second, please. I'm just getting a text from here. I'm sorry. Um, so we the people need to do something. And I don't mean like a revolution because I don't believe in that. The only revolution that I would like to see is through the voting. Okay, because the last thing in the world I would ever want to see was American against American. That's a no-no. But I don't think that would happen. I don't think Americans can go against them. All right. I personally don't think maybe a handful of lunatics, like Antifa, something like that, or Black Lives Matter, some people like that. But other than that, I don't see any of it at all. Um, but okay, right now I'm going to cut this here short because this is my first time, so I want to see what the responses will be, or if I even did it correctly. And I want to thank everybody if you did listen to me. I want to thank everybody, and I see I'm learning more stuff. I'm learning. Okay, then I want to thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate it. Thank you.